Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel, and welcome back to a new whip and chat video, but strictly a tag video. My apologies for not having a whip and chat go up yesterday morning. Sunday night, so last night for me, 2 nights ago for you guys. I had a really bad headache migraine situation. I don't know, it was weird. I was out and about with my dad and I had a chocolate milkshake. I swear this happened as soon as I drank like half the chocolate milkshake, and instantly this like headache migraine thing came on, and it did not go away until like 11 o'clock this morning on Monday morning. So it just never went away. And I decided to omit the whip and chat for Monday, and I wanted to do a tag video for today's video and kind of do a whip and chat style video. This is a new diamond painting tag that was created by my friend Elissa over at Mink Arts and Crafts. And thank you for creating this tag, and thank you to Natalie, Diet Coke and Diamonds, for tagging me. I will have both of their channels linked down below. You should absolutely check out the both of them. They are both lovely, lovely people, and I'm really excited, and I don't plan on actually tagging anybody in this video. I feel like a lot of people have already done it or have been tagged, and I guess just think of this as a blanket tag to everybody. If you have a YouTube channel and you would like to do this video, feel free to tag me in it, and obviously tag the creator, Elissa, Mink Arts and Crafts, in your video. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoy this whip and chat video, and let's get right on into it. Alrighty, so the canvas I am working on while we chat is Her Summoning. This is by Ivy Dolamore and Diamond Art Club. I'm working on this for my event this month that I am co-hosting, and we're kind of working on her arm, and I will admit it's very, very pink, but when we look at this canvas from a distance, it really blends in with everything. But like, this is very, very pink drills, but her skin tone's kind of pink, to be honest. But I wanted to point that out because it's pretty obvious. Like, oh, what part are you working on? Her arm, it's pink. It's all good. I promise it works. And then for my accessories today, I am just using my Donna Bass pen here and my thin metal 8-placer from Diamond Art Club in the multi-placer spot. And I am using actually the Diamond Design Company putty that came with my diamond painting that I had an unboxing from them. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's really nice. So we have that in the multi-placer, glue dots in my single placer, and for my tray I am just using my Firefly Inferno Nano Drills and Chills 2026 tray. And my cover minder here, I believe this is Distracted by Diamonds. I think, almost certain. I might be wrong. I have no idea. But anyways, let me go ahead, get this section pulled back. I started this section yesterday and we are finishing it today. So this will be easy because it's a lot of color blocking. It's a lot of color blocking. It'll be so great. Also, I swear Willow was in here 2 seconds ago and I've lost her. But she probably said, ooh, mom's recording. Let me go ahead and cause trouble. Which, you know what? That's my child. So anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the questions. So this tag looks to be split up into different categories. So the first little category we have here is habits and routine. So also, I love how I'm finding just like random drills everywhere. I do know what color this is. The first question is, what is your ultimate crafting background noise? TV show, audiobook, podcast, music, or silence? Silence would kill me. On occasion, if I'm like really over everything ever that I've listened to, I will sit here for a few minutes in silence and diamond paint, but like truthfully, that's pretty rare. My go-to choice is usually an audiobook. If you are not new to my channel though, you might know that I constantly find myself in a reading slump, and I will go back and forth, right, between an audiobook and a podcast. Some of the podcasts I will listen to the Middling podcast a lot. It's a rewatch podcast of the Middle TV show. Oh, hi Willow, I hear you now. And you are finding stuff. That's fine. You are fine. I really like a good rewatch podcast if I am going to listen to a podcast. What else? Podcast wise, on occasion, I'll listen to a true crime podcast, but that's pretty rare. I feel like podcasts have been more rare lately, but I would do that. Otherwise, definitely audiobook or YouTube. A lot of times I do listen to YouTube while I'm diamond painting, so that is my answer for that question. Let's see. The next question is, are you a morning crafter or a late night owl? I mean, I honestly, not really either. I feel like I'm more of an evening crafter. I work a 9 to 5 with the hours of 7:30 to 4:30. And so, you know, morning times are taken up because I'm working. And then if I stay up too late, I'm cranky. I need my 8 hours of sleep to function. So I would probably say more like an evening crafter more than anything else. But yeah, I'd say evening crafter. Willow, what you doing? What you doing, sweet girl? She is trying to climb on the bookshelves. We will see. Come here, you sweet girl. You sweet, precious baby angel. Okay, good girl. So, yeah, probably like evening crafter. That is when I get a lot of my crafting done. I will say though, like on the weekends, I do a fair amount of morning crafting, which is really, really nice. But usually it's definitely evening time. So that is that. How many works in progresses or whips do you have currently going right now? Also, this drill feels discolored. That's goofy. Is it actually discolored? It is a little bit. That's so weird. I've never seen that. I currently have 3 whips going right now. Oh, she's really trying to climb on that bookshelf. My sincere apologies that I'm getting so distracted in today's video. Anyways, how many whips do I have? I have 3 whips right now. Her Summoning by Ivy Dollamore that I'm working on for the Ivy event I am co-hosting. I am also currently working on Harmony in the Highlands by Steve Sundrum and Diamond Art Club. And then I am also actually working on the Hannah Lynn Mystery Kit from Hannah Lynn and Diamond Art Club. So I have 1 round drill kit going, 2 squares, and my favorite project out of the 3, no one asked. But if I had to pick a favorite out of the 3, honestly, I feel like the Hannah Lynn Mystery is a lot of fun. This project is fun, but the rounds are a little bit more gappy than I've been used to lately with some of the round drill kits because this is an older round from Diamond Art Club, but it's still a lot of fun. And Harmony in the Highlands is also a lot of fun. No one asked what my favorite one was. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. But yeah, those are my 3 current works in progresses. What is the longest break you have ever taken from the hobby? That's a good question. I feel like I never necessarily have gotten burned out from this hobby. There was a period during my first year of diamond painting that I wasn't diamond painting for a week and a half because I wasn't mentally doing the best. That probably is the longest I've gone without diamond painting. Also, like, if I'd go on vacation to, like, Las Vegas with my family, I wouldn't bring a diamond painting because, like, honestly, I don't necessarily, unless I know I'm gonna, like, have dedicated time to work on my diamond painting, I don't necessarily want to haul that around. Like, I would much rather just, like, bring a book and, like, my iPad and just, like, call it good. I've never really tried traveling with a diamond painting before. It just sounds like more of a hassle than I want to get into. But, yeah, so probably about a week and a half, but, like, wasn't because I was burned out with the project, so. Let's see. Do you have a dedicated diamond painting desk, or do you travel around the house? I do have a diamond painting desk. It's actually in my office craft room area where I do my work because I work from home. I have a crafting space and then I have like a working from home space, and yeah, I have a crafting desk and it's good. I much rather, like, I enjoy the fact that I have this desk and it's just easy because I can keep projects on the table. If I, you know, finish in the middle of a section, I don't necessarily need to worry about putting it away somewhere. And yeah, so I do have a dedicated setup. Okay, so the next little category is tools and setup. Excuse me. Okay, so the first question is, what is your absolute favorite tray to use? My Firefly Inferno Nano trays. Last year, I was obsessed with the Drills and Chills 2024 tray, and this year, I am obsessed with the Drills and Chills 2025 tray, and I am desperately hoping they come out with a Drills and Chills 2026 tray. That would just make my heart very, very happy. I really like the Inferno Nano tray from Firefly. I don't know what it is. I just think it's like the best of the best. It's not too big. It's not too small. I feel like I'm able to multi-place really easily. And I honestly love the fact that it has a little trap door thing here. So that way, if I were just to do this, nothing's falling out of here because of the trap door. Let me get these pushed back. But if I were to obviously open this up, they would definitely fall out, but I don't really want that open. How much of a disaster would that have been if those had just fallen out anyways? So yeah, definitely that tray. And then, are you team wax, team putty, or team glue dots? I am team putty in my multi-placer and team glue dots in the single placer. I know quite a few people don't enjoy glue dots. I'm looking at you, Natalie, and I don't get you. No, I'm just joking. You absolutely love what you love, and I am happy for you. I love glue dots. I feel like they last a really long time, and you never have to worry about replacing them, really. Like, obviously, eventually you have to replace them, but excuse you, bless you. That was a very hefty sneeze, Miss Willow. Hefty sneeze. I don't know what that was. But yeah, I feel like they work really well. They last a really long time, and I really enjoy working with glue dots. And then putty in my multi-placer for sure. I do enjoy using wax from time to time in my single placer. I definitely don't hate it, but it definitely comes in spurts where I'm like, oh, I really enjoy using this. But then I realize I'm kind of filling up my pen a lot, and I'm like, but glue dots, I wouldn't have to do this. And glue dots also don't leave like a residue, and wax does. So I don't know, definitely to each their own, but team glue dot in single placer, team putty in my multi-placer. Willow, you're really just trying to get into everything today, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Oh my god. She doesn't do this when I'm working during the day, but she'll choose when I'm filming to do it, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyways, next question is, what is your #1 tip for using a multi-placer? That is a great question. That's a really good question. My biggest tip would probably be to start small. Definitely don't try using a, 12 placer right off the bat. And totally it's okay if your like sweet spot multi-placer isn't super big. For a really long time, my sweet spot multi-placer was a 4-placer. I swore up and down by my thin metal 4-placer from Diamond Art Club, and I was so hesitant to try anything bigger because I'm like, this multi-placer works and I don't know if I want to go any bigger than this. And so if like that's where you want to stop, that's totally okay. But also don't be afraid to try something new if you're like, ooh, maybe I do want to try a little bit bigger. But I would say definitely start small. Like I do think starting with the 4-placer is a great starting point. I went from a 4-placer to an 8-placer, and honestly, I haven't tried anything bigger than an 8-placer. I love my 8-placer. I don't foresee myself going any bigger than my 8-placer, but again, that like totally could change. But yeah, as of right now, definitely my 8-placer is my favorite, but I would say definitely don't be afraid of the multi-placer, but you definitely, should start small if you, feel more comfortable doing so. So let's see. Do you use a light pad for every kit or only on dark canvases? I have never, ever used a light pad. I hate the way a light pad makes gapping show up way worse. Like, I just feel like if I were to work on this diamond painting and have a light pad on, this would look so atrocious. It would look so bad. Like, I know when you turn off the light pad, it would look totally fine. I don't want to be looking at all of the gaps while I'm diamond painting. I don't know how to explain that any better. I truly just never got into a light pad, and I don't know. I don't feel like I need it, really truly. I feel like a lot of the canvases I work on are premium. Oh, you really are exploring the bookshelves now. Couldn't have done it while I was working. Got me distracted from working. Now you got me distracted from my video, Willow. Oh my god. Anyways, what was I saying? What was I saying? I was talking about the light pad. I feel like a lot of times the like premium canvases don't usually have issues with the symbols where I would need a light pad. Obviously there are exceptions, but I feel like a lot of times I don't have symbol clarity issues, so I feel like a light pad isn't necessary. Oh my god, she's in the cutest spot. Is she about to leave? I hope she stays laying under there. She's like on the bottom shelf of my bookshelf, like laying on a bunch of the books, but she fits perfectly. That's cute. No, she's getting up. Dang. So yeah, I do not use a light pad. All that to say, I do not use a light pad. And then, what is your favorite brand or scent of crafting wax? You want to know something? My favorite scent of the waxes, Pure Bliss Wax Company, they sell waxes that are dupes for like Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret scents. So I have a couple of their waxes that, oh, that's a bad drill. A couple of their waxes. So one of them smells like Sweet Pea from Bath and Body Works. Oh my God, it's so good. And another one smells like Love Spell from Victoria's Secret. And that is my freaking favorite thing ever. But I also love Randa's Crafty Corner. Has a wax that's like a blue raspberry kind of scent, and that also smells really good. So I don't know, I really love both of those. I feel like I'm definitely more of like a fruity kind of gal in general when it comes to scents, but those definitely are my favorites. Okay, so the next set of questions come from Canvas and drill choices. Drill choices. So the first question is, if you could only choose one for the rest of your life, square or round drills? I definitely personally would choose square drills. I do enjoy both, but like given the option, I usually just prefer square drills. I feel like, I don't know, I just prefer them. I feel like they can be a little bit more work, but I feel like the end result of squares is usually better than rounds, just because squares, they cover the entirety of the space on the canvas, and round drills, they have gaps, right? Because that's just the nature of them. They don't sit flush against each other. And so with square drill canvases, you can typically get more detail, and with rounds, you don't get that same level of detail. I don't know. I think I just prefer squares in general more, so I think I'm gonna go squares on that one. Yeah, we got all the drills out of there. Okay, and then what is your ideal canvas size? Snack size under 30 by 40 centimeter, mid-sized, or giant confetti monsters? That's a good question. I feel like I don't necessarily discriminate, but I do have preferences. I don't dislike snack size canvases, but that's not my first choice. I think I prefer big monster confetti monster canvases. I don't know. I feel like it really depends, right? Because a lot of times it depends on the art style. So for like something like a portrait, like I'm thinking her summoning, like this would be crazy any bigger than like the size point it is right now, which is a 50 by 65, which is mid-sized for sure. So I feel like in a portrait, like a mid-size works so great, but in things like landscapes or like a room scene, like you need more detail, and the monster confetti canvases really do the trick in my opinion. So I feel like it very much just depends on the type of artwork that you're working on. But like for the most part, I actually do prefer a giant confetti monster because I love a good room scene. I do love a landscape, and I don't know, a lot of times portraits too, it really depends on the portrait. I feel like we've seen a lot more in terms of like detail in some of the portraits we've been seeing lately, which I love. I love a good portrait with a character that's doing stuff like in the background. I don't know how to explain it, but I just like a good background to be filled with detail, and usually that just needs a bigger size point. So yeah, probably a giant confetti heavy monster because I am a monster. And then we have AB drills, fairy dust drills, or rhinestones. Which special sparkle do you love the most? I really love a fairy dust, honestly. Like, I feel like fairy dust are so good in so many situations, and I love when we see them charted throughout the entire canvas in just different areas. ABs are pretty, but they are such a pain in the butt to place. I only place my ABs with tweezers. No matter if it's a square or a round drill kit, I will place them with tweezers, which I know sounds crazy, but I do not want the coating of the where is Willow? I want to back up my chair. I don't want the coating of the drill to come off, and the only way to ensure that's not going to happen is by using tweezers. And I've gotten used to doing like tweezing my rounds, so definitely fairy dust, although I do love a crystal drill. where, you know, it fits, which isn't everywhere. But I do enjoy a good crystal, but I definitely think for the, you know, this question, definitely fairy dust. And then we have, do you prefer canvas imagery that is hyper-realistic or abstract and cartoonish? Oh, that's a good question. I don't necessarily think I like hyper-realistic a lot of times. I feel like a lot of times I do tend to go more on the cartoony side of things, but I don't necessarily, like, when I think cartoony, I think, like, SpongeBob SquarePants and, like, those kind of cartoons, like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing, or, like, Disney even, but I feel like there's gotta be an in-between between hyper-realistic and cartoony, so I might be cheating by saying this, but I am gonna say in between the hyper-realistic and the cartoony, because I feel like that's what a lot of the artwork I buy is, right? Like, I feel like this artwork, this is not a cartoon, but this isn't really hyper-realistic either. So I am gonna say in between. I don't know if that's cheating, but that is the answer I am going to go with. Okay, confetti heavy or color blocking heavy? Which makes you happier? I love a good confetti canvas. You guys know this. However, the confetti has to be intentional. I don't like canvases that are straight computer charting. I really don't. I've learned that over time that, like, there's gotta be some hand touch-ups involved, and there has to be enough hand touch-ups, and otherwise it just kind of feels tedious to me. Like, I have a lot of confetti going on in my Steve Sundrum that I'm currently working on, but I love it because it's intentional, and I know that a human went in and made sure that that was intentionally done, and it's going to add to the end result, and that is really what I love to see in confetti, is intentional confetti. And so honestly, a lot of times the canvases that, like, I end up with, like the portraits, don't always end up that confetti heavy that I enjoy. And that's okay, because I know all of it was intentional. I don't know how to explain this, because I don't necessarily hate color blocking either, actually. I feel like some people are very strongly one or the other. I'm not necessarily strongly one or the other. I actually worked on a painting, Olivia the Witch Student, and that painting had a really color blocky heavy background. But honestly, like, I didn't hate it. It kind of took me out a little bit by the end, but, like, I wasn't despising working on it. I actually finished it really quickly. But I don't know, I feel like I do like a good mix of both in my life. I definitely started about 3 thoughts and only finished like 1. But I do enjoy both. If I had to pick, definitely confetti, but I'm not a color blocking hater, okay? I'm not. I really am not. I just prefer confetti. But it has to be intentional, and a lot of times that doesn't necessarily mean crazy computer confetti. You know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean. Okay, I'll move on. Okay, so the last little category we have here is stash and community. So, forgot this question existed. How many unstarted kits are currently in your stash? Okay, so here's the deal. I talk about my stash pretty openly on the channel, and I do not tolerate any sort of stash shaming. If you leave any sort of comment questioning when are you ever going to get all these diamond paintings done, if there's any sort of diamond painting stash related stash shaming comments below, you will be blocked, no questions asked, and I'm not sorry about it. So with all that being said, I do have over 500 kits in my stash. Here's the thing though, I am so lucky that I get PR from, you know, companies. I'm fortunate enough that I am able to make money off of YouTube and then put that back towards the channel and do unboxings for you guys and all the fun things. So I'm not uncomfy with that number, right? So truly, whatever your stash is amazing and beautiful, and I'm so happy for you. That is where my stash lies, and that's how many I have in my not completed part of my stash. So moving on, what is the most expensive diamond painting item you have ever bought? Huh, interesting. I definitely watched a few people's videos before filming mine, and like I knew these questions. I still don't know some of the answers, but most expensive diamond painting item. That is a really good question. I feel like, and I know I'm stealing an answer from Kate over here, Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper. She mentioned how she has bought destashed kits for a pretty high price before, and that is probably my answer too. I feel like Halloween Bedroom by Mrs. Butter D, when that came in the mystery box, I paid over $100 for it, and honestly, so worth it on that artwork specifically. That is artwork I was devastated came in a mystery box. Excuse you, Willow. She's just meowing in the other room. Her meows are so dang cute. She was not vocal. She was not vocal for those first couple weeks, but now she's definitely vocal. It's cute. It's so cute. So yeah, that canvas really truly was worth that amount of money to me, but I think that has to be my most expensive diamond painting purchase. I would think. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see. 2 more questions? No, 3 more questions. Have you ever completely ruined or thrown away a kit? What happened? No, actually, I never have. That's a really boring answer, but I've been enjoying hearing people's answer to this question particularly because I think that's just an interesting tidbit. But no, I've never ruined a canvas and I've never thrown a kit away. So I'm sorry, I'm boring. That'd be interesting if I had something though. I don't. Okay. And the next question is, what do you do with your finished canvases? Portfolios, framing, gifting, or storing? I do store all of my finished canvases in a portfolio that lives in my craft room. I do have a few canvases that are hung up around the apartment, and I do plan on hanging up some more of them. I was actually just talking with my dad about this, and he was like, girl, you have so much empty wall space. You should totally be hanging up more of your diamond paintings. It would totally change your space. And I'm like, I totally agree. I just haven't done it yet. I need to figure out which canvases I want hung up. I don't really know what I want hung up, but he's not wrong. So yeah, it's kind of a mix of putting them in a portfolio and hanging them up on the walls, but that's my answer for that one. And then last, but certainly not least, who is your favorite diamond painting content creator to watch? Listen, I'm not here to start drama. Here's what I will say. I'm not gonna like name anybody out of the ordinary. What I will say, my typical like who I watch the most on YouTube typically falls in the realm of people I also co-host events with. So if you know who I co-host events with, I co-host Mini DP Madness, I co-host the Ivy Dollamore event, I co-host the Art by Julia event. That should give you a decent idea of who I watch. Now, obviously, I watch more than the people I co-host events with, but for the sake of trying to not hurt anybody's feelings, I'm gonna leave it at that. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for this tag video. Elissa, thank you so much for creating it, and Natalie, thank you so much for tagging me in it. I'm excited to hear other people's takes on this tag and answering the questions in their videos. And again, feel free to tag me if you do this video or tag Elissa because she is the creator. And that is it. I guess if you made it all the way to the end of this video, let's see, which question specifically should you answer in the comments? Let me take a look here. I'm curious. Have you ever completely ruined or thrown away a kit? And what happened? I want to know that story down below if that's happened to you. And if not, just leave me a sparkle emoji if you don't have any. But anyways, I hear Willow meowing still, so I'm gonna see what she needs. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys!